Hey everyone, just a quick reminder. Only about 25% of you watching are subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, hitting that subscribe button would really help the channel grow. And while you're at it, smash that like button too. It helps a ton, and lets me know you're enjoying the content. Thanks for being here, and let's dive into the story. If there's one thing I know in life, it's how to sell someone a phone plan they absolutely don't need. I spent the last 10 years at T-Mobile convincing people that yes, they definitely needed the unlimited ultra-premium elite Supermax plan, even though they only use their phone to call their grandson once a week. It wasn't the worst job. I had a good time messing with customers, especially when they asked ridiculous questions like, "Will this iPhone work with my landline?" I had a system: crack a joke, build rapport, make the sale, and go home to do what truly mattered: grinding on Call of Duty, smoking meats, and watching the Chiefs. And let's be honest, I was a damn good salesman. They didn't call me the Patrick Mahomes of phone plans for nothing. But after years of listening to Karen complain about her 5G signal and Todd asking if he could get the internet without Wi-Fi, I was ready for something new, something fun, something where I didn't have to talk to another human about why they should buy a screen protector. So when I saw a job listing for a night shift ride technician at Disneyland, I thought, hell yeah, that sounds awesome. No customers, no sales quotas, just me, some tools, and a bunch of roller coasters. Even better, I actually had the qualifications. See, what most people don't know is that before I got into the art of upselling, I was a full-fledged nerd. Back in high school, I won a robotics competition that landed me a full ride to KU for engineering. Sure, I spent a good portion of college getting drunk at fraternity parties and somehow ending up shirtless in a fountain at 3 a.m., but I also graduated with an engineering degree. A win-win, really. I applied for the job online, and literally the next day I got a call from Disneyland. "Travis, we'd like to bring you in for an interview." That fast? Either they were desperate or they knew raw talent when they saw it. I was betting on the latter. The interview was a joke. The guy asked me if I had experience with mechanics, electricity, and diagnostics. I said yes. He asked me if I was comfortable working at night. I said yes. He asked me if I had any objections to following certain rules during my shift. Weird question, but I still said yes. Boom. Hired on the spot. The job was Monday through Thursday, 11 p.m. to 9:30 a.m., with a 30-minute lunch break. 4 10-hour shifts and a 3-day weekend every week? Not bad. When I arrived on my first night, they handed me a park map, a handbook with ride schematics, and a piece of paper with 4 handwritten rules. I looked at the rules and immediately thought, what in the Scooby-Doo nonsense is this? If you see a man in an old Mickey costume waving at you, do not wave back. Walk away. If you hear It's a Small World playing but no ride is running, get to another part of the park immediately. Never look into the mirrors in the Haunted Mansion after 3 a.m. If you see a clown in the park, he does not belong here. Alert security. Do not approach. I blinked at the list. Are these real rules, or are you guys just screwing with the new guy? The park manager, a tired-looking dude named Steve, just sighed and said, "Just follow them, man." Okay. Well, that wasn't unsettling at all. Honestly, the first couple of nights were awesome. I spent most of my shift fixing rides, walking around the empty park and feeling like a total badass. Disneyland at night is kinda eerie but kinda magical too. No crowds, no screaming kids, just me, the quiet hum of the rides, and the occasional call on my walkie-talkie. My co-workers were chill. There were only 5 of us working overnight, scattered around different sections of the park. I met one dude named Carlos who spent most of his shift listening to true crime podcasts, and a guy named Jerry who swore up and down that the Pirates of the Caribbean animatronics moved on their own. I thought he was just trying to mess with me. But then night 3 happened, and that's when I started to realize that maybe, just maybe, I should have stayed at T-Mobile. I came into night 3 feeling good. I had my Monster Energy drink, my toolkit, and the confidence of a man who had spent the last decade dealing with customer service Karens. If I could survive T-Mobile, I could survive anything. Or so I thought. The first few hours were business as usual. I got a call over my walkie to check out Space Mountain, where a sensor was acting up. Simple fix. Then I had to adjust some hydraulics on Pirates of the Caribbean, which, to my disappointment, did not have real gold in the treasure room. Trust me, I checked. But around 3 a.m., things got weird. I was standing near Sleeping Beauty's castle, enjoying the peace and quiet, when I heard something. Faint, distant, but unmistakable. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. I froze. Nope. Absolutely not. That ride was shut down for maintenance. The entire system was powered off. I grabbed my walkie. Hey. Anyone working on Small World right now? Silence. Then Jerry's voice crackled through. Dude, walk away. Now. Walk away? Was he messing with me? Then I remembered rule number 2. If you hear "It's a Small World" playing but no ride is running, get to another part of the park immediately. I didn't wait for a second warning. I speed-walked, maybe power-jogged, in the opposite direction. As I turned the corner past Tomorrowland, I heard it. The sound of tiny, mechanical feet shuffling, like dolls. Running. I did not turn around. By 4 a.m., I had successfully ignored whatever the hell that was and was fixing a minor audio issue in the Haunted Mansion. I was up in the control booth, tweaking some settings when I made the mistake of glancing down at the ride mirrors. Now, if you've never been on the Haunted Mansion, here's the deal. There's a part where ghosts appear to be sitting with you in the ride. It's just a reflection trick, some old-school Disney magic. But what I saw in those mirrors was not part of the attraction. There was a figure standing behind one of the doom buggies. Not a ghost effect, not a reflection of a passenger, just a dark shape with glowing white eyes standing perfectly still, watching the ride go by. The ride wasn't even on. I looked away, heart pounding. Rule number 3 flashed in my head. Never look into the mirrors in the Haunted Mansion after 3 a.m. Welp. Too late for that. The moment I turned back to the monitor, the thing was gone. I grabbed my radio. Hey Jerry, you ever seen anything in the Haunted Mansion mirrors? Long pause. Then, in a very nervous voice, yeah. You should probably go on break, man. Break? Nah. You know what I should have done? Called out sick for the rest of my life. I had 1 hour left in my shift when I saw him. I was heading toward Main Street when, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted something standing near the teacup ride. A clown, bright red wig, pale white makeup, a weird-ass toothy grin. He wasn't a Disney character. He wasn't supposed to be here. Rule number 4. If you see a clown in the park, he does not belong here. Alert security. Do not approach. I went full Call of Duty comms mode and grabbed my walkie. Security? There's a clown near the teacups. Please tell me this is part of some weird overnight event. Silence. Then click. A voice I didn't recognize came through. You shouldn't have looked at him. I turned my head back toward the teacups. The clown was gone. A chill ran down my spine. Okay. That's enough Disney magic for one night. When my shift finally ended at 9:30 a.m., I booked it out of the park and went straight home. I ignored my Xbox. Didn't even fire up Black Ops. Didn't even throw some ribs on the smoker. I just sat there staring at the wall thinking, what the hell did I just get myself into? I wasn't scared. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe I lost a couple of years off my life after seeing that haunted murder McBozo chilling by the teacups. But hey, I've seen worse. Like that time a lady threw a full iced coffee at me because her free upgrade wasn't free enough. Or the guy who came into T-Mobile at 10:58 p.m. and asked to just look at some phones. But haunted parks? Ghostly figures? Demonic clowns? This was uncharted territory. I had a decision to make. Call Disneyland and quit like a sane person. Go back to work like a dumbass. Guess which one I picked? Yeah. I went back. I had to. You know how much a Disneyland ride tech makes? I wasn't about to give up that easy money over some Scooby-Doo nonsense. But as I walked into the park for night 4, something in my gut told me I was about to regret every life choice I'd ever made. Before my shift started, I found Jerry. "All right, dude, be honest. What's up with the clown?" Jerry sighed like a man who had seen some shit and wasn't being paid nearly enough to deal with it. "You're talking about him, huh?" "Yeah, him." Jerry rubbed his temples. "Okay, listen. I don't know what it is. Nobody does. But the rule? It's real. If you see him, don't engage. Don't wave. Don't talk. Just pretend he's not there." "Cool. Super normal. Love that for me." I tried to laugh, but Jerry just stared at me. Dead serious. Then he added, "And, if you see him twice in one night, quit." Awesome. Around 2:30 a.m., I got a call over my walkie. "Travis, can you check out Thunder Mountain? Ride's down, no idea why." Easy. It's a mechanical ride. Fixing it is literally my job. So I went over there, grabbed the blueprints from the office, and started checking the control panel. The ride was completely shut down. No lights, no power. Total dead zone. I climbed up onto the platform, toolbox in hand, and started running some tests. Everything looked normal. No bad circuits, no loose connections, nothing out of place. And then, the ride turned on by itself. I jumped back so fast I almost fell off the damn platform. The lights flashed on. The chain lift started moving. The animatronics came to life. Nobody had touched a single switch. The ride was running at full capacity, with no one in the seats. Then, as if that wasn't creepy enough, a voice came over the ride's speakers. A voice that should not have been there. It wasn't a recording. It wasn't part of the ride. It was deep, distorted, and it said, "You shouldn't be here." Nope. I noped so hard. Grabbed my walkie, called it in, and got the hell out of there. I was speed walking my way back toward the main office, debating whether I should just quit on the spot, when I saw him again. The clown, standing directly in front of the castle, grinning. And this time, he waved. I don't think I've ever sweat so hard in my life. I remembered Jerry's warning. If you see him twice in one night, quit. Okay, but what if I really needed the benefits? I mean, have you seen health insurance prices? I wasn't about to let a damn ghost clown ruin my dental coverage. So I did the only logical thing. I turned around, and I walked the other way. And the whole time, I could feel him watching me. I don't know how I made it through the rest of my shift. I don't know why I came back for another night. Maybe I'm just too dumb to be scared properly. But deep down, I knew one thing for sure. Whatever was haunting Disneyland, it wasn't done with me yet. At this point, I should have quit. I should have packed up my toolbox, driven straight home, and found a nice, normal job. Maybe something peaceful, like a funeral home or a nuclear power plant. But no, I came back, because I'm an idiot. I walked into night 5 with a fresh Monster Energy drink, and a lie I kept repeating to myself. None of that was real. Just my brain messing with me. Too much Call of Duty. Too many energy drinks. Probably just sleep deprivation. Yeah, that had to be it. Then Jerry walked up to me and said, "Dude, you saw the clown twice and you came back? Are you insane?" Okay. So maybe denial wasn't gonna work. My first call of the night was over at Goofy's Sky School, one of those janky, wild mouse coasters that tries to murder you every time you ride it. The issue? The cars were stopping and starting on their own. Oh, fantastic. I got up to the ride's control panel and did a full system check. Nothing weird. Everything looked normal. Then I saw something move out of the corner of my eye. I turned. Nothing there. Okay. Probably just my brain playing games. I went back to the panel, and that's when I saw it. A handprint. On the ride car. Not a dusty, smudgy handprint. A fresh, wet one. Like someone had just pressed their hand onto the seat. And I knew. I was the only one there. I stood there, heart pounding. And then, The ride started moving on its own, with no one in it. The car clicked up the chain lift, rolling slowly toward the top, and right as it reached the peak, a shadow moved inside the empty seat. That was it. I was done. I booked it down the stairs, nearly tripping over my own damn feet. And as I ran, I swore I heard laughing. Not Goofy's, not Mickey's. Something else. Something wrong. At 4 a.m., I decided I needed a break before I had a full-blown mental breakdown. So I headed to the employee break room, which is basically just a sad little kitchen with a microwave that smells like burnt popcorn and a vending machine that eats your money. I poured myself some terrible coffee and sat down, trying to calm my nerves. And then I looked up and saw him, the clown, sitting across the table from me, grinning, hands folded neatly on the table, like we were about to have a job interview. I froze. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. And then, in the quietest, most bone-chilling voice I've ever heard, he whispered, "You work here now." What? Nope. I did not sign up for this. I bolted out of the break room so fast, I might have broken a Disneyland sprint record. When I got outside, Jerry was there. He took one look at me and just sighed. "You saw him again, huh?" I nodded. Jerry patted my shoulder. "Yeah, man, that's how it starts." "How it starts? Excuse me? There's more? I don't get paid enough for this." Okay, I had officially reached my I need therapy arc. The haunted roller coaster? Fine. The ghostly figures in the haunted mansion? Expected. The weird, it's a small world doll army that almost chased me down the street? Unacceptable. But the clown? That was the real problem. Because he wasn't just appearing randomly anymore. He was getting closer. After my break room casual brunch with terrifying bozo, I grabbed Jerry. "Dude, I saw him. In the break room. He talked to me." Jerry's eyes widened. "Oh, yeah. That's bad." I grabbed his arm. "You got a game plan for this, or are we just accepting death at this point?" Jerry sighed. "Look, man, it's like..." "Don't say like that in horror movies, Jerry. Don't." He ignored me. "It's like the park picks people. The more you notice, the more it notices you. And the clown? He only starts talking when you're in too deep." I blinked. "You could have mentioned that 4 shifts ago." Jerry shrugged. "I mean, you seem chill." "Chill? Jerry, I'm 3 seconds away from running through this park with a cross and a flamethrower." At around 3 a.m., I got a call over the radio. "Yo, Travis, can you check out Splash Mountain? Cameras are glitching." Cool. Another routine fix. Totally normal. So I made my way over. The cameras were fuzzy, flickering in and out. Standard maintenance issue. Then I noticed something weird. A figure standing in the ride tunnel. The ride was off. No one was supposed to be there. I squinted at the screen. The figure had no facial features, just a dark, blurry outline of a person. I leaned closer to the monitor. And then, on the grainy black and white screen, the figure's head snapped toward the camera. I didn't stick around to see what happened next. I grabbed the radio. "Hey, cameras are fine actually. No need to check. All good here. Haha, cool. Bye." And I left. I was finishing up at another ride when I saw something in my peripheral vision. Something red. I turned my head. The clown was standing on the Dumbo ride. Just standing. Staring. Waiting. Then very slowly he lifted his hand and pointed at me. I have never run faster in my entire life. Jerry caught me booking it down Main Street and actually stepped aside because I was coming in hot. I didn't stop until I got to the ride maintenance office and slammed the door shut. Jerry walked in a minute later, chewing on a granola bar like we weren't actively being hunted by demonic circus folk. "Clown again?" he asked, like he was asking about the weather. I nodded, wheezing. Jerry sat down. "You gonna quit?" I thought about it. I really did. And then I realized something. Despite everything, the ghosts, the moving rides, the demon clown, I kinda liked this job. Because you know what? It was still less stressful than T-Mobile. So I looked Jerry dead in the eye and said, "Nah, man. I think I'll stay." And Jerry just smiled. Yeah, that's how it starts. At this point, I had officially reached a state of haunted theme park enlightenment. Yeah, the rides turned on by themselves. Yeah, there were shadow figures lurking in the park. Yeah, I was being actively stalked by a clown that wasn't supposed to exist. But honestly, could be worse. I mean, I used to have to explain overage bills to soccer moms. I once watched a dude throw his entire iPhone at a display because his Face ID stopped working. Disneyland's horror show was nothing compared to customer service rage goblins. So when I walked into night 6, I felt kinda at peace with it. I was ready. I started my shift as usual, fixing some ride sensors, checking on the maintenance logs, ignoring the deep existential dread clawing at the back of my mind. Then, around 2:45 a.m., I saw him again. The clown, standing in the middle of Main Street, waiting. This time, I didn't run, I didn't wave, I didn't blink. I just stood my ground and said, "Dude, I'm off the clock at 9:30, can we just, I don't know, chill until then?" The clown didn't move, didn't react. And then, in the same quiet, eerie voice as before, he whispered, "You're one of us now." Excuse me? At my lunch break, I sat down across from Jerry, staring at my sad vending machine sandwich. "Dude, the clown said I'm one of them now. What the hell does that mean?" Jerry shrugged. "Means you're part of the park." "Right. Cool. That's super vague and not at all terrifying." Jerry leaned back. "Look, man, you stayed longer than most. The more time you spend here, the more connected you get. Some people get spooked and leave, but the ones who stay, the park keeps them." I blinked. Like, metaphorically keeps them, right? Jerry just took a bite of his granola bar. "Sure, man, metaphorically." Fantastic. At 4 a.m., I got my last call of the night. Big Thunder Mountain was acting up again. But this time, I could hear the ride running before I even got there. When I arrived, the train was speeding through the track, lights flashing, animatronics moving. The whole ride was on full blast, but no one was in the control booth. Then the speakers crackled to life, and that same distorted voice whispered, "Are you ready for your last test?" "Nope, I am not here for boss battles." I turned to leave. But then, the clown was standing at the ride entrance, blocking my way out. He grinned, and I swear to you, his teeth were sharper than before. So I did what any reasonable man would do. I walked right past him, didn't run, didn't look back, just kept walking. And as I walked away, I heard it, the voice, from every single speaker in the park, whispering all at once, "Welcome home. I'm still here. I still fix the rides, still take my breaks in the sad little break room, still get the occasional clown sighting. But you know what? It's not so bad. I get 3-day weekends, free park food, no annoying customers. And yeah, maybe the park owns my soul now. But at least I don't have to sell phone plans anymore. Fair trade, honestly."